Hello, podcast family. Basecamp here. I am coming to you from the Arizona Trail. We are currently hiking it. It's been a beautiful, incredible experience for us. Lots of ups, lots of downs, for me especially. But I had two announcements I wanted to make for you guys. The first one is that we do have, we're doing live updates or real-time updates on the Arizona Trail, but that's only for subscribers. So I just wanted to say, if you guys are interested or intrigued with us doing a winter hike on the Arizona Trail right now, December and January, go to our subscription, or you can subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or go to our Patreon and support us that way. We are putting pictures, videos, stuff from the trail in there as well. It's $1.99 if you want to join for a month. That's really what it is. So if you want to know what we're doing, what we're up to right now, we would love for you guys to go and check that out. The other thing I wanted to say is I've been so thankful for AquaTabs. AquaTabs, they have, if you've never heard of them, it's a chlorine tab. And on this hike, we truly would have already gotten Giardia if we didn't have them. Our water filtration devices have frozen. The water's so cold here, or it was in the North Room, it was so cold that it completely froze the filtration devices. And so if we didn't have a second or an alternative solution, we could not drink this water. It's cow pond water, half of it. So super thankful for AquaTabs. You can check them out online. You can go to REI and buy some. They have different stores they're affiliated with. But I do highly recommend, if you're hiking, even a day hike, a weekend hike, or a through hike, you absolutely should have a second alternative to just your water filtration device, because you don't know if it's going to freeze while you're out there. So check it out. We definitely are very thankful for them in this season. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast.
Well, what's going on, folks?
Hello,
if you didn't already know, you are currently listening to the Yeti Walks into Basecamp podcast.
You stole my word.
I did. So sorry.
Why?
Not sorry.
He's been feisty today, y'all.
I have.
He's been so feisty this week. Is it the steroids?
It has to be. I've had an eye issue as of late, and I took 3 rounds of some pretty hefty steroids to get the swelling down. And
He's been pretty feisty.
yeah, they're like, it'll
then.
make you hungry. It'll make you cranky. I'm like, God, what a change.
I've just been blaming it on the steroids. I'm like, he must be cranky or feisty because of these steroids. He's normally just so even kilter.
I know.
I feel like we swapped roles lately.
I don't even know who I am anymore. But I know my alias on trail is Yeti Legs, and that makes you
Basecamp.
That's who we are. We are your hosts. I am your producer, and I do not edit the episodes anymore, which is great. We have 2 new editors. AJ does our public episodes, and Charlotte does our subscriber episodes. So thanks to both of them, and give them a shout out whenever you hear the awesome quality of this episode.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We have a great lineup for you today. Whenever you're out on trail sometimes and you just don't want to pull out your pot and make a hefty meal, like some ramen, or if you're a cold soaker, even the cold soaking process takes time.
Because you just don't have time on trail.
I know. Sometimes it's nice to just reach into your hip pocket and pull out a whole damn meal bar. Yeah, that should be a clue in. Range meal bar.
That was a really nice segue.
We have with us Zach Hein, who is the founder of Range Meal Bar. Zach, how's it going?
It's going well. Excited to join you guys here today.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited, and feel like I've been listening to this for a little while here, so exciting to be a part of it.
Cool deal. How's the weather over in Washington right now? We have blue skies, a little bit of cloud and sun.
Before the storms of snow start.
Yep.
It's a little different here. We got some water falling from the sky, but that's what gives us all those beautiful green trees. Only 8 more months of it, and then we get to see the sun again.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel like that rain's moving our way and it's going to become snow.
Most likely.
It feels like we're like already getting below freezing temps at night. So
It is always crazy how fast we go from, cranking the AC to, or wishing you had AC to, throwing on a down and bundling up a little bit.
We had our like an engagement trip over in the Columbia River Valley area, and man, it was maxing at 101 degrees over there. I'm like, good Lord, just on the other side of the Cascades. It's a different world.
Yeah, makes for some good windsurfing too.
Yeah, I bet it does.
You got that, and then you got 40 miles west. It's 30 degrees cooler.
Very nice.
That's wild. Well, that actually, you are from Washington. I know we're going to get into this, but Washington State has so many different climates and ecosystems. It's wild.
It is pretty wild. Yeah, Washington's a boring state. Definitely don't come here. It's not beautiful. There's not a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
You sound like us.
We'd say the same about Colorado.
Don't come to Colorado. It's horrible. It's
honestly
ugly.
There are more attractions in Florida, California, and Texas. So
exactly,
just hang out there.
Probably just stay there. But no,
Yeah.
Washington's pretty cool. It's amazing, everything that's in this state.
I think that you should talk about your drink of the choice, because I know it is Washington born.
It is actually
on the topic of Washington.
Not only technically it's Oregon born, but it's literally right where you guys were just talking about. It's from the Hood River area, so Freem Brewery, and it's a Pilsner, because IPAs have kind of been kicking my butt too much recently.
Really? Is it the hop or the... Oh, nice sound effect.
Yes, you did it.
Nailed it.
Dude,
I think
Carl
it's
did
more,
that too.
More the ABV, like 7% is just a lot.
Yeah. Is that like more like a 4 or 5?
Oh, I think 3 or 4, something like that.
Oh, 3 or 4, yeah.
Lovely. It's a session beer.
Exactly.
I've
nice,
got, I've got one in the fridge. It's called Hello Darkness, and it's like a 12% imperial stout.
I think it's a 17%.
No.
I swear, or 14%.
It's not that high.
Are you sure?
Positive,
I'm the one who bought it for him. It's literally called Hello Darkness.
It's an experience.
Either way, it's an experience and it's a mood.
If this gives any perspective, he's had 4 of them, and I bought them like 3 weeks ago, and he still has one in the fridge. So.
I do.
You drink them half at a time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Basecamp, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some wine, some boxed wine.
Black box, baby.
That Wesley bought me because we're on a budget right now. It's like, was it Pinot Noir?
Yes, it's a Pinot Noir.
And y'all, I'm not going to lie. This was like $6 black box, and we pay like $15 for a shitty bottle of wine here. And this is actually quite enjoyable. It's really good. It's good. I was going to say it goes down well.
Yeah, it goes down well. Fun fact, and if you have already listened to our PCT Week 9 episode, you'll have found this out. But Basecamp is being let go from her job at the end of October, which gave her the opportunity to start her own production company.
Yes.
So that is what we are exploring right now. And maybe we can pick your brain at the end of this, Zach, since you're a company starter yourself.
Yes, an entrepreneur, I know, because this is technically my second time starting a production company, but that's a long story. But this one's going to be called Basecamp Productions, which is exciting. But yeah, so now we're on a tight budget.
Until we can figure it all out. Yes.
Sounds exciting, though.
It is exciting.
I can tell you what not to do.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Maybe I'll pick your brain about, maybe we can even talk about it on the podcast for people starting a company. So
exactly.
Yeah. Wait, what are you drinking?
I am drinking. So this is nowhere near us right here in Breckenridge, but it is the next state over. La Cumbre Brewing from New Mexico. This is the Malpai Stout.
I feel like if you're a hardcore fan of ours, you're going to be able to tell when we recorded these episodes based off of our beer selections because we'll have the same pack for like multiple sessions of podcasts.
Look at this beautiful color right here.
It is pretty.
That's beauty. That's a thing of beauty right there.
Yeah, it's black. It looks like a Guinness a little bit.
I'm just having a moment over this beer
froth.
color. It's kind of the color of the chocolate chip range mill bar, which I love. Chocolate chip and coffee.
That's
most
one. People's favorite, I think.
Yeah. I have a feeling that the mint chocolate chip is going to be our new favorite. We just haven't tried it yet.
I think I like mint chocolate chips, kind of like a clean flavor regardless of what time it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If it's not morning, sometimes the coffee flavor is a little bit tougher for me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
And so you've got the three. You've got, and I know I'm jumping a lot of questions, but I'm
That's
just
okay. We can skip
excited
one
to
if
say
you-
this. Like whenever I was on the Colorado Trail, and if my stomach was a little upset, I didn't have gins with me, but I usually had your ginger molasses range meal bar, and I swear to God, my stomach would feel fine about 30 to 45 minutes later.
Yeah. No, that so that's my favorite flavor, I'd say. Kind of like a gingerbread
Yeah.
man that fell in the ocean. Molasses, ginger, sea salt. But yeah, between the molasses and the ginger, I like that one, especially at altitude. Because a lot of people have stomach issues up at altitude, and definitely calms it down.
Yeah, I was going to say it's perfect for climbing a 14er because it's a snack and it's ginger and it's sugar. And you need all of those combinations, I feel like, when you're climbing. And so it's such a great combination for climbing a 14er, 100%. Yeah.
Definitely.
And you need a snack. Like, you're not going to sit down and cook something when you're climbing a 14er. It's a day thing. So
right. And
those
you're
are
probably
such
suffering.
perfect. Yeah, yeah. So it's perfect to put in your pocket or put in a fanny pack, you know.
Exactly.
We're nerding out, I know, a little bit because it's so
It's
wonderful to have something on a long trail that's high calorie, you know, because that's all you care about on through hikes is high calorie content. I feel like that's lightweight.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to you, Zach,
Yes.
for making awesome range meal bars and for bringing
Slancha.
your own beer, Slancha.
Cheers.
Let's get into our first question here.
You want to take odds or evens? You pick. I always pick.
Ooh, I'll take odds.
Okay, then you start.
Cool. Well, I guess first off, you kind of seem to be a little bit more of a climber / mountaineer type than a backpacker. And that's just me kind of stalking you on Instagram for a little bit.
He loves to stalk everyone.
So yeah, we always like to ask our interviewees what their backpacking experience is.
Yeah. I think your stalking was correct. My backpacking history is not quite as extensive as climbing or skiing or peak bagging. But really, I think how I got into it was my family went on a trek in Peru, the Salcante trek. So it's like 50 miles, 4 or 5 days kind of a thing.
Is that the one that takes you to Machu Picchu?
It does. It starts in Cusco, goes to Machu Picchu. And the outfit we went with, I mean, basically put a chocolate on your pillow at night. So it wasn't quite backpacking other than the fact that you were in a sleeping bag and you were in a tent each night.
Bougie. I love it.
Exactly. So it started out bougie and has gotten rapidly more dirtbag from there. But that was kind of my first experience of getting to see the backcountry via 2 feet, and kind of seeing, you know, all the cool stuff you could go explore if you were willing to get off the beaten path a little bit. So after that, I did the Lewitt Trail around Mount St. Helens with my buddies. And we had cotton sleeping bags, canned food, a 2-burner Coleman stove, and a tarp. Like it was
good for you.
Yeah. In retrospect, like people probably shouldn't have let us go. But yeah, sure enough, we made it around Mount St. Helens. And I think after that I was just hooked. Like I just loved, you know, how affordable it could be to go have these adventures with people that you enjoy being around and just telling stories about it years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, since then I've done a lot of kind of like 2-3 day kind of trips as far as backpacking goes. And then even more common than that has just been really getting into like the climbing and mountaineering side of things. Partially just because my schedule, you know, I like shoving 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. And sometimes it's easier to do that when it's, let's go climb this mountain instead of let's go hike this trail.
Totally.
But yeah, I was just at PCT days recently and hearing everybody's stories about their experience. Like, you know what? I think the PCT might be on my bucket list at some point.
I was gonna ask. Is a through hike mulling around in your brain?
I think it is. I think I'm just waiting for an obvious point in time when it's like, you know what? Let's press pause on the day job for a little bit and figure out how to do this thing.
Nice.
That's awesome.
If you can do it, I mean, California is a long ass state, but whenever you get to Washington, I'm sure you're connected to plenty of people that can help you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on the bucket list. I'm starting to slowly take notes on how to do it.
Good. No, yeah. It's I always highly recommend a through hike like that to everyone, even if I don't know. It just helps. It changes you on a level. I think that isn't it's good. It's all very good what it does to you, you know, when you through hike. It's just, yeah, I just think it makes you so, I don't know, it's so deep, but it just, yeah, through hiking is euphoric.
Yeah.
Forced meditation.
It is.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really fucking hard, but it's absolutely stunning.
If you do it, word of advice, do not send yourself boxes of range meal bars all along the trail because you'll get sick of them. Space it
I'm
out.
sure.
Not the whole way. Space it out.
There is, I think variety is the spice of life.
It is. It is.
I thought you were going to say don't send any boxes to yourself along the trail. I was like, right, don't send yourself boxes on the PCT. You don't have to.
Well, that too. But I mean, if you're making your own meal bars like this,
yeah.
you
If
should look
want.
forward to something.
Exactly.
Oh, I do have another question. Have you ever mountaineered Mount Rainier?
Yes, I actually was up there like a month ago.
Oh, man.
Had, let's see, party of 3, and somebody was having a rough day, so we didn't summit. But hey, that's part of the experience, and definitely on the short list of peaks for next season.
Yeah, which route did you go? We did the Emons Glacier route.
We were gonna do just the DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
We wanted that one because it's the better one, but because we'd never mountaineered, and they didn't have any permits, so we went the Emons Glacier route, which we should never have
Kicked
done.
their ass, man.
You guys
should never
get
have
up
done it.
top? How'd it go?
We did not.
No, we got to Camp Sherman over Steamboat Prow, and that was it.
To give you perspective, though, we'd never mountaineered, and we got to Camp Sherman, so
I think that is an accomplishment in and of itself.
It was.
it was terrifying. I
That
told Wesley, I
mountain.
was like, yeah.
Just so
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we had no guides. We went by ourselves, and we literally YouTubed how to crevasse rescue.
There
So
you go.
to give you any perspective, I looked at Wesley and was like, we're going to die if we try to summit this route.
I think anytime you make it back to the car is a success.
It is.
Yeah, but that is where he proposed to me, though. So
Score.
that's what his plan was to propose at the top. And I was like, we're way in over our heads. We're going to die out here. And so he's like, okay, I guess I'll propose at Camp Sherman.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Dude, it was so windy at Camp Sherman that it ripped our tent. And I mean, we weren't out there with a 3-season. We had a Nemo Chigori, which is a 4-season mountaineering tent. Ripped it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
It was
it's
fun.
no joke. That's a behemoth.
Yeah, we'll go back and we'll finish it one day.
It'll happen.
It'll be
Yeah.
there.
Anyway.
Probably.
And we'll come visit you whenever we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. I'm right in
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Legit. Yes.
But you didn't always live in Washington. You used to live in Montana.
Well,
yeah?
hang on. Mine's the next question.
That
He's
was- that-
transitioning.
No, that was a tee up, is what that was.
Well, okay. Now he's about to take my question. Okay, so you made your first bars in 2017. This is based off Wesley's stalking.
Yeah.
For yourself in Montana State University. And then you moved to Washington in 2020. You can correct us if we're wrong. But you moved to Washington in 2020 and decided to start selling it. That's not about... Wait, did you grow up in Montana?
I did not. So I grew up in Washington.
Okay.
And then went to Montana for college. So yeah, Bozeman, Montana State University. And your stalking is once again correct. Started making bars for myself in 2017. My 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag was at like peak velocity at that point. So like if I wasn't in class, I was, trying to get out in the mountains around campus and all sorts of stuff going on. So having like a really convenient and relatively healthy meal that I could just throw in my pack and get out the door was super, important to me. And yeah, started making the bars for myself 2017. And then I was back to living in Portland in 2020 and decided to start selling them. So it took a while, but that's how it started.
Didn't you have classmates asking you if you were making spares so that they could have some?
Yeah, it started off as like, oh, look at these weird things that Zach's making. And then, we'd be trying to get out the door at 4 a.m. to go get on a peak or something. It's like, oh, all of a sudden this doesn't seem so stupid. Do you have an extra?
Now, okay, I do want to iterate also, or I want to say, because this is in the question, but people need to know, even Michael Phelps eats your meal bars. Just want to throw that one out there for
Just
a little
name
star
drop it.
status. Yeah, just
Name
name
drop.
dropping.
It's probably Caleb Dressel, but basically the newer Michael Phelps will say.
Oh, Caleb Dressel eats these too now?
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
that's one of the weirder things that's happened in the process of doing this is just I got tagged in something and it was this Caleb Dressel guy who I'd never heard of. And I clicked on the profile and it said like several million followers. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
another bot. And then I started looking at it
Nope.
more. Oh no, this guy's legit. And he's like, the poster boy for USA swimming and has several gold medals.
I was about to say he got a number of gold medals in the Olympics this year.
Yeah. So
and
it's
he
been,
tagged you in it?
yeah, and it's been funny, so I guess he had a bachelor camping trip kind of a thing before he got married. And so he needed easy food for a guy that burns, 5,000 calories a day. So he had ordered a couple 6-packs. And then, yeah, just following ever since then. He's basically my age.
Holy shit. That's wild.
Yeah, it's a
Dude.
small world.
Congratulations, though.
I know,
That's
that had to have
kind of
been
that's
huge.
cool.
It was, yeah, it was a fun, fun coincidence. Never would have predicted it.
Did that help actually? Did you see anything change in your what's the word?
Your following.
Not even
or
following,
audience.
but customer base. Did you see things kind of rise?
I definitely, for a while there, had like this group of swimmers that was buying them for after practice or whatever. So yeah, just something that I never would have predicted, but it is very funny how life plays out.
Yeah, swimmers. Sure. You probably thought mountaineers, hikers, runners.
Right. I mean, like, it's not a group that it's a good application. It's just not the group that I would have thought would have found them.
Yeah.
Because this was also very, very early. Like, I'd probably only been selling them for under a year. So the fact that he found them and then posted about them was just funny. Like,
it's a big
very
deal.
lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's I'm happy for you. I'd love to hear more about the evolution of like, how did you just literally one day woke up and were like, man, there isn't anything out there that actually is healthy. Like we see all this added shit in all of our protein bars, really. And it's all these added sugars. And so did you just wake up one day and go, I want to be healthy and I want to make my own stuff?
And real quick, I want to add, did you get your inspiration from these bars from like other big bar companies? I don't even know if Green Belly was a thing back then, but there are a few other big bar companies like Cliff, etc. But also, I don't know if you've heard of this stuff. It's called pemmican, which is like a Native American, like fat berries smushed together, high calorie type of meal.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so look it up, pemmican, folks. I'm curious where you got your inspiration for all this.
Yeah, I think I've always cooked a lot for myself. And most of the stuff that I'd cook would always be like whole ingredients, very simple recipes, like usually 5 or 6 kind of ingredient things. And so I was doing that for all of college because I thought it was healthy and, relatively inexpensive because I was rolling on a budget, let's say. And it just got to a point where it's like, wow, it would be nice if I could have something that was still a lot of whole ingredients, pretty straightforward, but that I don't have to have dishes and, have all the inconvenience of cooking for myself when I'm trying to eat in the backcountry or eat in between class so that was really how, I got to this point where I decided I needed to make something for myself. Because there really wasn't anything else out there that I was aware of. I don't remember finding Green Belly back then. I think they were probably just getting started. And yeah, certainly all the other bars on the market had 25 different ingredients in them and you could only pronounce 5 of them. So yeah, it's kind of, born out of necessity for myself. And then pemmican, I think I did see pemmican and it just wasn't quite what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But that's a cool, I don't know what you call it, food, substance.
Yeah. If you ever watch Alone, have you ever watched that before?
Oh yeah.
At least one contestant's made pemmican before.
Oh, really? I don't remember that. Okay.
I don't think I've ever been able to try any either. I should seek that out.
I haven't had it. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Native American secrets.
So from there, though, it's okay. So I'm just trying to connect the dots for myself. Here's what we do in our podcast is Wesley researches everything and I learn on the fly. So it's spontaneous.
She asks good questions because of that. That's why.
But I'm trying to go linear in my head. So you created these really for yourself out of necessity. And then it sounds like your buddies, when you go out hiking, were like, yo, we don't have substance and we like your bars and they're good and you have them. So can we have some, or can we just bum off of you for the day kind of feeling? Was that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically I just packed, 3 or 4 times as many as I needed, and just,
You just share.
here you
Is
go,
that what?
hook it up.
So you didn't do like a black market yet of like, yo, $5 for this bar or $2. Yeah, I'll
No,
give it to you.
the friends and family discount was 100% there for a long, long
Nice.
time. Really, it wasn't
Okay.
until I graduated and kind of was holding down a solid job for a little while that I kind of had the time and resources to start thinking through, like, I could probably do something with this.
Like you
Yeah.
could brand this and really
Yeah.
make it something. Okay.
What's your degree and day job?
So
Is
my
this your day
degree-
job?
This is not the day job yet, although we'll see where it goes. I'm just over 4 years into it at this point as a side gig.
Okay.
But yeah, I studied mechanical engineering, and I'm currently an engineer in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
Which is funny. There's a lot of parallels between having a business like this and the day job.
Yeah.
Marketing is not one of those parallels. That was something that had to learn and continuing to learn.
This explains why every email you've ever sent me has never had an error in it. Not once. Not even a typo.
That does explain it, because he said that. He was like,
You're
dude,
meticulous. Yeah.
Zach is like meticulous with his emails, and I love it because he's the same way. And his undergrad was chemistry. And so it's like, I just feel like there's
Yeah.
these science mind people. I'm not. I'm a creative to heart.
We're stems.
And I'm
that's
just
all.
like exclamation points everywhere, smiley faces, like misspelling words because I'm typing so fast.
The proofreading runs pretty deep.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wait, I do want to go back though. Sorry. I'm still going into creating
No, go
world.
ahead.
So you finally decided you like got into your world of actual job, Seattle. Do you still have the same job that you did back in 2020?
I do not. It's still pretty similar. So I work in
Okay.
consumer electronics. And actually, so I was living in Portland for a while, and then
Okay.
a little over 2 years ago, I moved up to Seattle. So
That's right. Sorry, you said that. You moved to Portland after
they're very
college.
close, very same neighborhood, basically.
Yeah, it's like a jump over, right?
Yeah, the mountains are a little bigger up here, but
Yeah.
So in that though, did you just get an idea, or did someone say to you like, dude, you could market this? Or did you just think, wow, I could actually, like, a lot of people like these bars that I make. I could actually make something out of this maybe. Is that where your brain was, or did someone present it to you?
I think a lot of people have this bucket list in their head of all these things that they want to do with their life, of, build a house, start a business, be bilingual. And I think that start a business had always been something that resonated with me. And, there I was at, what was I, 23, 24. And I just realized, there's like, I don't know how many ideas I'll have in my life that I already, like, I have the product. It's just a question of if I want to do something with it. So I think that's what got me thinking about it. And then I was starting to do like the very basic, running the numbers and looking to see what else was out there, and realized like, I think there's a niche here that hasn't been served. And I think that the numbers, like, I don't see any reason why it couldn't work. So that's what made me decide to try it, was just like, what else am I going to think of that hasn't been done yet, that I could actually have a chance of succeeding. And then from there, I mean, yeah, the whole process of branding it, marketing it, getting all the licenses and stuff, that was its whole can of worms. But
Yes, it is.
What would you say because we know a few people who have been through Hikers and they have since started a business, such as Leave Outdoors, Magnet Designs. They both do these mid-layer products. It's basically clothing for hikers, ultralight stuff. You make these range mule bars. We started a podcast. What type of advice do you have, or if you want to mention hurdles as well, for people who are trying to be an entrepreneur and start their own business?
I think, and we were just talking about being meticulous and stuff like that. I think some of the advice I'd give someone, especially if you find yourself as someone that is like a perfectionist or meticulous or likes to think about things a lot, I think it through like 90% of the way. And then as long as things look good, I think it's just time to dive in and get your hands dirty.
Execute it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of great ideas out there, but I think actually doing it and executing it is
the
the
hard
important
part.
part. Yeah.
It's the scary part too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, you're never going to know what you need to go figure out until you get started. So I think that's probably step one for a lot of people, is just if you've got a good idea and you're passionate about it and you thought it 90% of the way through, I think just figure out what the first baby step is that you can do to go make progress on that tomorrow.
Just do it. I love that. No, that's such good advice, honestly. Like when I created the LLC just the other day for Basecamp Productions, and I was shaking when I was doing it. I was like, this is such a big step though, even though it doesn't cost a lot to make an LLC under the state, but it's still representing something that you're putting energy into. And then it's like, okay, now we need to open a bank account. Now we need to get the website going. Now we need to pull this and this. And I've been thinking about it for 10 years. So it's like, okay, now it's time. But it's like this feeling of like, this is my baby. And it's like scary, exciting, nervous, new, all this stuff. But that's so good. It's like, you just got to get out there. It's just like in hiking, through hiking.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in through hiking, you just got to do it.
You quit talking about it and you just start.
Right.
You just start. Yeah.
And I think the cool thing too is like you'll see yourself progress, where things that used to be really big and scary will become the things that are just second nature. And then you'll have something new that's big and scary. But it's amazing how little you can get done in 1 year and how much you can get done in 5. So I think, just getting started as soon as you can. And, there's a lot of people out there that are going to want to help you and be a part of it. So I think sticking your neck out and getting after it.
Yeah.
I have another question. Sorry. I know you're... I didn't want to move yet.
Well, I'm not asking the question yet. I was just going to actually drop a comment in here. I went to a conference last year, and it turned out to be a lot of outdoor recreation gear entrepreneurs. And one of the bits of advice they gave is that, you can do your online searches and you can learn as much as you can from the internet. But they said the most beneficial things that they have done since starting their own business is garage beer nights with other entrepreneurs, just like all meeting up, talking about what's happening, best moves to make, worst moves to make, stuff like that. So connecting with other people.
Right. And you get so much energy out of that stuff too. Because it can get really lonely out here. It's
I'm sure
there's a lot of really nice people in the world, but there's a lot of mean people on the internet and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine. That's what's so hard for me, honestly, is I'm a people pleaser. Like, it's hard when people make bad, negative comments, even in our world of our social media content. I'm like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to know. You can be the guardian. I don't care.
Oh no, I'm like block.
He just blocks people. He doesn't care like I do. I start reading into it. I'm like, oh no, am I doing a bad job? Are we doing a bad job? It's, but you're right. It's, that's such a process. I did have, I've got questions for you in this process of where you've been.
Keep going. I
know, because it's like, this is important, but the packaging, where did this packaging idea, was it a branding design that someone came up with? Did you come up with it? It's such a cool package. So if anyone has never seen this specific range meal bar, you really should look it up or buy one so you can see what it looks like.
It's black and white topo.
Yeah, it's really cool. So where did that idea come from?
Yeah, I mean, there's two parts of it. I knew that I'd use some sort of like a metallized foil for shelf life type purposes, and it needed to be durable enough to survive. But as far as the aesthetic part goes, so the logo, the mountain range is loosely based off the Bridgers in Bozeman. So that's where these kind of were born. And I had my college roommate's wife did the design. So that's where the logo came from. And then, I've always just liked topographic type designs. So that's kind of the background. And then the black is just, I feel like a lot of bars are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
White and bland?
Yeah, they're kind of bland. And why I thought of Range as a brand, it's like, it's meant for bold people doing badass stuff. So it should be kind of this matte black, a little bit more hardcore, right?
Sure.
Yes.
I got to compliment you and your designer on using a carabiner for the G.
I have a funny picture I should send you guys of the mock-up that I sent her. It literally had a carabiner on the paper with a piece, like a shoestring tied through it.
Okay, so that was always a part of the original idea that you were like, I want to have this in there.
That was part of it. Because yeah, when you're
Cool.
climbing, you'll usually clove hitch into a carabiner like that as your anchor.
Yeah.
So like, how could we work this into the design?
Oh, wow. That's so deep, though. That's
Nailed
a
it.
symbol right there. Because it's like you literally are saying this bar is an anchor
Yeah.
into something that is your life.
You know, I'm
Is what it
gonna
feels
I'm gonna
like to
say that
me.
was my intention, but
Yeah. She's way
I think
deeper
that's the
than I am.
creative. That's the creative
I
strength.
read in. Yes, I read into everything like that. That's like
Yeah.
the yes.
But she did nail the logo. That's actually, you know, true to form clove hitch. And but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of compliments on that logo, and I really have to pass it all off to the designer.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was very curious about the packaging and the logo because that's like it's a really cool one and it's catchy. So
Thank you.
Well, I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, we buy products, especially wine and beer, based on the front
Logos.
label.
Yeah.
So, yeah, labels sell.
That's
Honest
why
to
I
God,
keep-
marketing.
yes, that's why I keep saying my logo, it needs to be very specific and I want it to catch because that means something in marketing. It's like eye catching means something. And so we're still muling over the logo.
Yeah.
That, and I
What-
feel like you end up spending so much of your waking hours like fostering this business that if you don't
Yeah.
like the symbol that represents it, it's like,
Right. It will always bother you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I must rebrand. I don't like it.
I'm going to ask you a question, Zach, and I want you to be honest. What do you think of our logo for the podcast?
I like it.
Yeah?
There's
You can
something
lie.
about,
I mean, not lie. You can lie. You can be honest.
but also I feel like I'm not the most discerning when it comes to artistic things, but no, I like
But
it a
your
lot.
initial.
I think it's pretty catchy.
Cool.
He
cool.
created it.
So you drew it up yourself?
I got in Photoshop and just stitched it together.
He AI'd it.
That's
No,
pretty
this is
impressive.
You
before. This is before AI was a thing.
Oh, really? You did stitch
Yeah,
this
I
one
just
together.
photoshopped it.
Oh, okay. I thought
Hey,
you AI'd this one.
it passed my test. I wouldn't have been able to know.
Perfect. One of our editors said
Yeah.
we need to change the font type, and I kind of agree with her. So we'll probably change that and rebrand it soon.
It is funny, like fonts are something I can never, like I'm just super bad at them, but I can't appreciate a catchy font versus like a
Yeah.
mediocre, like does the job, but
Well, in map making, supposedly you're supposed to use a sans serif for non-natural things that are named or labeled, and if it's natural, like a river or a mountain, it's supposed to be a serif font. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's a true thing. Yeah,
Gosh, that feels so meticulous.
I know.
those are the rules.
Those them be the rules.
Now, okay, have you seen your company like continue to increase? You do not have to answer this. We don't have to put it in the podcast either. But I'm just curious, have you seen the numbers continue to grow? Has it felt hopeful? I'm just curious where that's at since
Totally.
2020.
Yeah, I think it's almost a pure up and to the right, but I think with like some stressful hiccups in there. And I think also this isn't exactly your question, but one asterisk I'd throw in there. Sometimes it's hard to feel that it's going up and to the right as it's happening because it happens so slowly, and you know there'll be a week that doesn't go how you wanted it to. But yeah, it is. I keep pretty good accounting, and it absolutely, if you look 4 years ago versus today, many hundreds of % up and to the right. But yeah, I mean, the chapters that I went through when I first started doing this, I was making them by hand in a commercial kitchen on the weekends. And then I added some high schooler staff to help me do that, and like started buying some machines so that I could be making them faster. And then I was able to take on a co-manufacturer right down the street that is able to make way more of them for me now. So that was a huge step. And then most recently, I've taken on a 3PL warehouse that ships my orders for me, and also started selling them on Amazon. So it's kind of just these like little chapters where you're trying to slowly build up the business. And each one of those was super stressful and super painful. And by the time
For
you're able to
sure.
do it, you're like so far past the point that you wanted to do it. But yeah, certainly I think it happens slowly, but I think every couple months it's like, wow, okay, yeah, we're making progress here.
I'm so glad you answered that, because that was going to be my next question, is what was the like progression? But that's wild. So you have your own warehouse now. That is, congratulations. I mean, that, and now you're
It's
selling on
huge.
Amazon. That's
Yeah.
huge. Like,
It's funny.
That's
And each one of
awesome.
those steps, I think, like if I could have, 6 months into the business, I probably would have had somebody start making them for me. But it's funny. I mean, you have to go through the growing pains for so long before you finally get the convenience of being able to have those things. And same thing for like the order fulfillment. Like I was waking up at 5 a.m. for many, many years before. Now I don't have to do that anymore. And now there's other things that are going to be a pain for a while before I can get someone to help me with that. So,
well, if you ever need advice in marketing area, I know all about that.
careful what you volunteer for, because that's
We can trade secrets if you'd like.
yeah. We were talking about film stuff before we started recording here, and that's definitely something that I'm learning as much as I can about.
Yeah.
Look, we can bring you into this world if you want.
You'll never go back. So
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way that you did, like hiring on 2 editors, even though Lord knows we're not offering them what they should be paid.
bless these
yet.
sweet people. Yeah.
I mean, they realize this is a grassroots startup, but like having those 2 editors saves so much time on our end and enables us to be able to actually produce more product.
Yep.
So yeah, it's little milestones that make you kind of have hope in the process.
And I'll bet
Yeah.
that you were burning the midnight oil for a long time before you were able to justify.
Oh, 5 to 15 hours editing per episode. Yeah.
Yes, poor Wesley, who's never edited in his life. And I was like, I hate editing.
Yeah.
I don't have time. And so he took the mantle on, and poor guy was just like, this sucks. I'm like, yeah, this is why I hate editing.
But the other funny thing is I feel like it's totally necessary to go through the growing pains in order to have someone help you with it, because if you don't know how to do it, how are you supposed to ask somebody else to do it for you?
Preach.
I definitely agree with that, because I understand the time that they're putting into it. And even for Marie, like she's starting her film company, and she's dabbled in just about every arena of production that she can. So she knows how much time and effort goes into each different like category.
Well, that was my goal. As at the beginning, when I first got in my mid-20s, I was like, I want to do every role so that I can respect every department, understand and have empathy for every person, versus going, well, just get it fucking done. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Like at whatever cost. And it's like, no, there is a cost here. And how do I have compassion for you in the process, but also have my own boundaries of saying, well, this is all I have for you. I'm so sorry. Like, and so it's like being a mother and being a best friend and being a boss all at the same time.
Yeah. I still remember she texted me one day. She was working on like a crime show. And she's like, babe, guess what? She was working in art department at the time. She's like, I just made brain matter out of mushy bananas and food coloring. I'm like, what?
It was crazy. And then I had to throw them. So I took the smashed banana with a spoon and I threw it at the wall.
I was even more excited about that statement when I thought it was going to be she was working on a crime. I'm like, oh, this just got so much more
that would have been so much. Listen, that would have been amazing. But of course, it was a fake crime, right? And I'm recreating all these props and set design.
Banana brain matter. Yeah.
So if you ever see brain matter in a crime show or in any type of show or movie that looks gross or gushy, it's bananas. It's just smashed up bananas in a Ziploc bag, and it's just thrown in different places or placed. And then it's got a little bit of red in it. You know, it's like, and now. That's just it's like Hershey's chocolate. Really, is because the blood is a little bit darker after it's been dried, so we put Hershey's chocolate,
like the cocoa powder.
No, just syrup make it gooey.
Oh,
yeah, it's just weird, the things, and it's like, well, at least it smells good. But
you guys have some funny tricks in the film industry.
They do.
Yeah. It's weird, y'all. Like everything's made out of styrofoam.
Oh, she sent me another video. It was a car scene, and they were in the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and the car was supposed to be running, but literally she and one other person were on the trunk,
gaffer,
like pushing down on the trunk, making the car look like it was bouncing.
And then there was this key grip, which is the guy who that's too complicated, but there was a guy who had this like flag. We call it a flag, but it's like this black curtain, and he's literally doing like a dance across the car like this continually, like it's a shadow as they're driving, and then we're bouncing it to make it look like it's going. And this is
It's
like a bigger
crazy.
set. It was to save money so that they didn't have to do a green screen or a real actual camera rig for the scene.
It's like you can
Yeah.
never enjoy your own work because you know how like all the illusions involved.
But it does put an appreciation though, and I'm sure you see this too in your world. It does put an appreciation. Like we're watching Rings of Power, and I'm like watching the caliber of the camera angles and the way they do something, or the set design, or the way that the makeup kills a character, even with the blood. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful and brilliant.
The amount of details
yeah.
involved is just insane.
It is.
Yeah, I could nerd out for hours. Anyway, we can move on now. Sorry.
Moving on though. Yeah, we're talking about your, I guess your client base and your following. Let's see if we can get you some of our listeners to start being a follower if they're not already. I think this is a great time to promote this discount code that you're offering folks. So
Good segue.
instead of me always running my mouth, do you want to tell listeners really what the discount code is, how long it's basically usable for, and how much it's going to get them off?
Yeah, let me give this a shot. So got a discount for the listeners here. It's going to be the coupon code, all caps, no spaces, feed the Yeti. And that is going to get you 20% off and free shipping. And it is active for as long as I forget that it exists. Let's say loosely 6 months. But
6 months.
I
Wow.
might just forget about it in entirety.
Well, if you listen to this a year later, then there you go. Try it.
But
Yeah.
get it while it's good, folks. Maybe I'll remember.
Get it while it's good. So that's 20% off. Code Feed the Yeti, all caps, all one word. Go online and check out Zach's company, Range Meal Bar. And, you know, a really big selling point here is, one, you can actually read and understand what all the ingredients are in all of his products. They're gluten-free and they use natural sweeteners. So we're not talking, xylitol and whatever, sucralose and aspartame and all these other bullshit sweeteners. Like, this is legitimate stuff.
Organic honey.
Yes.
So easy.
Organic goodness. So yeah, go check out Zach's products, Range Meal Bar, and get you a box to take out on your next adventure.
I'm especially excited about this mint chocolate chip.
I know.
I really
Super stoked about
if
it.
you are listening, you should just try the mint chocolate chip. Sorry if you sell out.
Don't sell out.
Yeah, no, don't sell out. But,
Especially people that are nut-free, that have allergies to nuts. It uses sunflower seed butter instead of nut butter.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a bar that is nut-free, mint chocolate chip is one to put on your list.
That's amazing.
Very cool. I know we're both nuts on this end, so it doesn't do us much good anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm such a pervert. I just keep hearing you say things, and all I want to say is that's what she said so many times.
Oh my gosh. When I was like, let's see how much it gets you off.
I literally was about to say that's what she said.
Just
But
the amount of restraint.
Yes. Good
No,
job. Good job.
I couldn't help it. I had to.
All
I had
proud
to do
Proud
it.
of you.
Thanks. Well, now I'm saying it. So
One of the big things that the hiking community looks for, especially whenever you're I'll use the word lightweight or ultralight backpacker, is the biggest bang for your buck. So the most calories for the weight that you're carrying. As far as we all know, olive oil seems to have the highest calorie per ounce, which is 250 calories per ounce. That's kind of like the golden standard for food and backpacking. But your bars, which I think other backpackers will find huge considering all the different types of nutrients in your bars as opposed to just pure fat from olive oil, have 123, so 123 calories per ounce, which is great. So thanks for that. And here's a fun fact. We love butter. You can really only pack out butter if it's in a waterproof container or if you're in winter conditions. But that really has 200-ish calories per ounce, which is cool. It's a fun fact for you. I'm curious, what ingredients do you use to get such high calories per ounce? For the listeners who haven't heard of you before. And also, I'm just going to mention that there's about 40% of your daily fiber, which equals healthy poops, in your bars.
which is huge
for
for through hikers.
Yeah, your quality of life goes up if you got healthy poops.
It does. little emoji style poops are the best.
But back to your question about caloric density and what ingredients make that happen. For all three flavors, the first ingredient is going to be a natural sweetener. So for two of them, that's the honey we were talking about. And for one of them, that's molasses. And then the next ingredient in all of them is going to be some sort of a nut butter, with the exception of that mint chocolate chip flavor uses the sunflower seed butter. So that's obviously a huge caloric push right there. And then the third ingredient is going to be gluten-free whole grain oats. But yeah, those are kind of the big players as far as calorie content. And then after that, they're all kind of different, although they all have chia and rice cereal in them as well.
Oh, they all have chia seeds in them.
They do. It's actually, so it's ground chia. I used to do just chia seeds, and then people complained that they were getting stuck in their teeth. So it's now milled chia, but you still get all the nutritional benefits of it.
That's huge.
And chia acts as a binder, right?
Acts as a binder. I think you get a lot of fiber and a decent amount of protein, and some healthy fats.
I was going to say, that's really huge, I think, because especially when you're through hiking, you don't get a lot of nutrition out there. You just don't, you're doing ramen and muffins and processed beef jerky and cheese sticks that's really that combines all of my food in a day. And it's like, to hear you say that, I know chia seeds were always such a big part of I like chia seeds because they have such good nutritional value in them. And so anyway, I got excited when you said that. But I love that you know what ingredients are in your bars, and you also have nutritional value inside of them. And it's high calorie content. It's just win-win-wins all across the board, I feel. I really wish we could get your bars in gas stations so that we could take them on trails, because it's so hard to be able to ship yourself, bars all across the trail. But one day, maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, I think that's my push over the next couple of years is the direct-to-consumer thing has gone pretty well, but I think I'll be putting on my sales hat a little bit more frequently and see what I can do to get them on more shelves so people can just pick them up when they're out and about.
That would be amazing. Maybe we can do that with you too. We'll just be on the trail and be like, listen, do you see this bar? You need to have this in your gas station because so many hikers will buy it when we're on a trail.
Funny story. And we're not asking you to do this. I don't expect it at all. But there was this guy whenever we were hiking the PCT. His name was Optimus Prime. And he was sponsored by Trail Butter. And have you ever heard of Trail Butter before?
Oh, absolutely. I'm on a first name basis with their founder.
Nice.
Well, they were on a first name basis with Optimus on the trail.
And they were sending him boxes to every other town. And he got so sick of the trail.
Oh God, we probably shouldn't say this. Optimus is gonna kill
Jeff,
us.
You didn't hear it from me.
You didn't hear it, Jeff.
He started handing out Trail Butter to all these people at a bar.
But I'm
it's like, you get Trail Butter and you get
if you look under your chair, you get Trail Butter.
I know, but it's that's the best way to promote a name is by giving it out in word of mouth of people on trail.
We had never heard of Trail Butter actually until Optimus, and that changed for us because we were like, we love Trail Butter now. But we were telling somebody that the best marketing for thru hiking is giving it to thru hikers to then give away to thru hikers, because they all trust each other on trail. And it's like, oh, you like this product? Okay, cool. Let me try it.
It's like
wow,
the ultimate
I like this product.
affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were telling that to Brandon Bowers. That's our Thermarest episode. So shameless plug. Go check out that episode, folks.
Yeah, we were telling him, well, he thought that. He was like, I feel like that's our best marketing, is just having the reputation on trail from the thru hikers talking about our product. And I was like, yeah, because thru hikers will tell you if they don't like something. Be like, no, this is shit. Yeah.
I mean, you're at PCT days just recently,
Unbiased opinions.
Yes, exactly.
No one cares on trail.
No.
You're
Can't be
fully, you're authentic on trail at that point. You're like, I don't give a fuck about anything. Yeah.
I have to sleep on this thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You were talking about your ingredients being gluten-free, natural sweeteners like organic honey and molasses. What made you decide on going gluten-free and natural sweeteners for your recipes? Why not choose processed sugars and grains that are cheaper?
Yeah, I think The gluten-free one was mostly, I'm trying to keep range as accessible as possible. And that just seemed, when I was looking at the ingredients I was considering, it just seemed like one that I could do pretty easily as long as I was mindful about where I was sourcing stuff. So that was just opportunistic. I'm like, I can probably do this. Let's do it. The sweetener one, I think that's more of like a personality thing where I'm a pretty simple guy, but when I decide to do something, I usually don't cut corners. And to me, using, some of these more artificial ingredients is absolutely cutting in the corner. And especially because I was my first customer, it's like, well, this is not something that I'd want to make for myself. So why would anybody else want it? So that's what led me to start using honey for the first flavor. And after that, I think I just committed to, if you can't find it in your grandma's kitchen, probably shouldn't be using it in your product. So yeah. And
you should make that a marketing tagline.
That's usually my rule of thumb. But since then, I've actually learned a little bit more about maybe some of the more scientific parts of it. So one concern, brown rice syrup, which is pretty ubiquitous throughout other products. Rice grows in bogs, and arsenic is something that's usually present in a lot of water columns around the world. And if you grow a plant in water that has arsenic in it, and then you further process that to concentrate it, you're going to end up with a decent amount of arsenic in that thing. And that thing happens to be brown rice syrup. So that's one reason to avoid it, is that brown rice syrup has been shown to actually be quite high in arsenic. The other one is for people that are interested in glycemic index. If you don't want big blood sugar swings, honey is significantly lower on the glycemic index than brown rice syrup. So I think honey is like a 58, and brown rice syrup is closer to like 100.
And molasses is even higher, right, than honey?
Molasses is 55.
I meant lower. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so they're both like mid 50s versus brown rice syrup is, close to 100. So those are things that I didn't necessarily, I didn't know why I shouldn't cut the corner, but now that I've gone back and actually done some more reading, it's like, oh, I'm glad I made that decision.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Seriously. I mean, it just makes so much sense where, I hate to say this, but I don't know how to say this, but like people getting cancer more and more, and diseases, and these rare diseases. And I just feel like it's on a rapid scale, even like now people we know, and it's personal, and there's number personal now. Whereas I just wonder and I question how in the 50s and 60s, 1950s and 60s, they didn't have all this processed stuff. And like you're saying with the brown rice syrup, it's like, no wonder people are getting sick from nothing, or getting these weird ass situations, because we're putting shit in our bodies like arsenic that are hurting us, and we don't know where it's coming from. And then we go medical, and then we spend all this money to try to figure something out. And it's like, wow, if we could just have healthy just diets most of the time in our lives, like what would that do for our bodies?
Yeah. I just heard a quote earlier this week that I don't remember what date it was, but let's say it was like 1970. The FDA only had like 900 ingredients that were certified to be used in food, and now it's like over 10,000. So you can imagine, like,
What?
how, first of all, what are those? And second of all, how are you supposed to actually qualify any of those if there's that many? But yeah, and then another example, so we're talking about sweeteners, but I feel like a lot of protein isolates are super questionable now. And you'll see soy protein isolate is in a lot of stuff. And just the reading I've done on that about how that market came to be and how they actually have to process it to get that nice protein powder. It's like, man, it's a lot of processes involved, and I'm not sure if the more you know about it, I don't think I want to be eating that.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever seen a movie called Snowpiercer on Netflix?
No, is it a documentary or movie?
It's a movie. It's like
sounds like one of those janky movies.
It's like post-world, like food shortages
Apocalyptic.
because overpopulation of the planet. So kind of on the nose. But anyways, one of the major food sources that people are able to actually afford in that day and age are like these large protein bricks. And the protein is derived from cockroaches. I know, shocking, but who
Ew.
knows? We may end up towards that direction someday.
Oh my gosh.
Grasshoppers, locusts.
I feel
things
like I'd
that.
rather do like dried bugs than some of the
Sure.
craziness that's actually in our food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the chemicals and stuff that are derived from labs. Yeah.
To be fair, I'm much more excited about more traditional protein sources, but I'd do bugs if I had to.
It
If
would
we
be
were
horrible.
forced into it, yeah.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't look like a bug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Couldn't do
I
it.
mean, too, that packaging is a big deal too, because a lot of the foods that you buy can be in plastic packaging, and that leaches into your food over time, especially if it's heated or in warmer
Microplastics, yeah.
environments. And I mean, hikers are notorious for this. Look at the back of a package of ramen, and there's 8 lines of ingredients on that. And you don't know what half of that is. It should just be wheat, water, and like salt, right?
Yeah, Wesley's
it's not.
he's been saying maybe we should look at organic ramen if we're going to do ramen.
We should.
But it's hard though, because when you're on trail, right, in a small
You can't
town,
find it.
you can't find anything but what is in the teeny tiny grocery store that is available to you, unless you do a ton of research and money to send yourself boxes. Like,
Yeah.
I know people who do this. You know, Capture does it. And she's vegan, so it's like, okay, people that really have very specific dietary needs on trail, they do send themselves boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
And maybe we could, but it's a lot of money to buy
It
yourself
is.
and send yourself boxes.
And a lot of logistics. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, so many logistics.
And she's been giving me hell lately because for some reason I've been
What did I do?
craving like canned goods on trail, like you mentioned at the beginning of the episode.
Yes, I have been giving him hell because it's not good for his body.
So like potted meats or
Spam?
like a can of Spam full of nitrates and nitrites.
I'm
And-
so mad.
I mean, they are known to cause cancer. So I don't know why I continue to eat these things.
And it's quite ironic and a little hypocritical for
It
you because
is.
he will not touch processed sugar at all. Like, he will not do processed sugar. We only cook with honey or maple syrup, and that's it. And so the Spam thing, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you won't do processed sugar. You won't eat ice cream. You won't eat anything that you see that has added sugar, period. You'll just do like tomatoes for sugar. Like if you see it in, tomato sauce or juice.
It's a salty, fatty thing. Okay?
But it's just wild to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening here?
No, but thank you for having ingredients that we all know what they are.
Yes, we really appreciate that.
Well, I'm still feeding myself, so as long as that's the case, I think
Sure.
try and keep the questionable stuff out of there.
I love it.
Fair. Good point. I should follow your example.
Yes, no more Spam. What is happening here?
I'm really curious to this. So you've got your 3 bars right now. You've got your peanut butter coffee bar. You have your molasses, ginger, and sea salt. And now you have that third one, the mint chocolate chip. None of these use maple syrup at this time. So I'm really curious. Do you have any ideas of future flavors in the future, or something already in the works?
That you're able to reveal.
I'm not able to reveal one yet because it doesn't
Of
exist
course.
in a mature form yet. But yeah, definitely starting to field feedback from customers. PCT Days produced quite a few ideas about what a 4th flavor could be. So I got some ideas. A lot of people were requesting something with berries in it, and then a lot of other people,
Yes.
yeah,
Blueberries.
Blueberries
That
or
was it, wasn't it?
raspberries or strawberries. I love them all.
yep.
Sorry.
And then a lot of other people were requesting like more of a savory. I think the molasses, ginger, sea salt kind of touches on that, but having something in that vein, or maybe even a little bit further up that flavor profile. But we'll see. I think, the next year is probably going to be focused on, growing brand awareness and kind of growing the existing customer base. But I think a 4th flavor is definitely coming. It's just a matter of when.
Sure. Do you think you'll ever progress to a stage using actual meat, kind of like Epic Meal Bars?
Whoa.
Maybe. I haven't thought about that one as much.
Whoa.
It's possible though. Nothing's outside of the limits of possibility here.
Just curious.
It's a full world of possibilities.
Okay.
Did anyone ever bring up? So I know this was big on trail, where the bobas and the what are the ones that we always got, the Nature's
Nature's Valley.
No,
Oh, Nature's
not
Bakery.
Nature's
yeah.
Bakery. Did anyone ever mention those? Because those are what I go to because I really crave fruits on trail. It's kind of my sugar like cravings.
Doesn't Bobo have a nut butter filled flavor now?
I think so, but they still
I think
haven't
some
added.
might.
Yeah, but they still have got some processed sugars. Like they still have some shit in theirs. But I was just curious if you're leaning towards that idea of like, because Boba and Nature's Bakery are two really big ones on trail. I know, like thru hikers just hoard those in stores
Because they're available and they're cheap is why.
Right.
Well, and they have sugar.
Yeah.
And I'm not shy. I mean, I think it's good to have variety. So I'm not shy about endorsing, or not even endorsing, but referencing other options. And then, so we're talking Bobo or Boba? Because I know Bobo.
Isn't it? Oh, sorry, it's Bobo.
Bobo.
I never did those on trail. I was a Nature's Bakery bar girl all the way. But
I like,
yeah.
So I've actually done a review that it was back in 2022, but it was like the 10 most popular meal bar type bars available. And I think Bobo was one of the ones I did where they were still, it wasn't a lot of calories, but they were still over like that 200 mark that a lot of bars max out at.
Yeah.
And I do like them. Like I like the texture and I think I like the flavor for the most part. I think the only place that they fall short is there's like very little protein content, very little fat. Like they are very carbohydrate centric. Yeah. But I think as far as something to eat in the afternoon to kind of get you another hour or two down the trail, I think I like a lot of their flavors, and I think the texture is really easy to eat, and they're cheap and easy to get.
Yeah, totally. Would you ever create something similar in the fruit world to those brands, or would you keep it outer range meal, like, or outer range? Sorry, I'm talking about a brewery here. Range meal bar.
I think
we have a brewery here called Outer Range.
They have like I'm thinking of Bobo, so they've got kind of like a jam substance to them, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is would you ever create something in that vein, or would you keep it range mill bar type of like format?
I don't know. I think I've always thought of it as like not a dried fruit, because I think that would be maybe tough to eat, but like kind of a medium firmness fruit that's able to be packed into the dough.
Yeah.
But jam could be pretty interesting. I'll have to look into that.
Could be.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, give me really a year or so, and I'll see what I can come up with.
Okay, well, you let us know once you have the prototype.
You guys can be my testers.
Yes, we'll be
happy to.
We'd be happy to be your taste testers.
I think the only other type of meal bars I would probably eat on trail in the future, Bob's, the cookies. I love those things to death, but damn, they make me gassy after I eat.
So gassy.
But I do really love the pro meal bars. Those are good.
Yep.
Wholesome ingredients for the most part, and I can definitely get behind those.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the pro meal bars.
Those are the ones that Permafrost gave us to try out. Remember that?
They're like orange, blue, and what's their other color?
Oh, yeah. See, they didn't leave, sorry to say this to pro meal bars, they did not leave an impact for me. So I don't remember that.
Yeah.
They're a good option. They're usually like what, a little over 400 calories.
I feel like I was eating stale food.
The texture on some of them may not be what it should be, but yeah.
Sorry. Yours were way better, clearly. Yeah. That's why I remember that.
I remember on the Colorado Trail, I would pull out a range meal bar, and I had so I used a fast pack on the trail, not an actual backpack. So I had a lot of chest pockets on my chest strap and my shoulder straps, and I would open a range meal bar. I would take like 2-3 good bites, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to time this out. Every 30 minutes, I get another bite. Like I've earned another bite every 30 minutes. And so that was my strategy on the trail, to stay kind of fueled, but not feel like I just ate a dump of food,
Exactly.
You don't want that full feeling if you're climbing.
Exactly.
No.
I find I'll usually, if I really mess up and I'm famished, I'll eat a full one in one sitting. But much more frequent is, especially, mountaineering and climbing, you'll wake up at some ungodly hour And you're like, I don't want to make breakfast and it's cold, so I want to keep my gloves on. So I'll like be munching on like half the bar.
Yeah.
And then throw it in the pocket and eat the rest in, an hour or two.
Yeah.
I'm curious what we'll do on the AZT this December, January.
It'll be
with
freezing.
Because it's going to be freezing out there. And I'm curious if we'll eat these in the morning for breakfast from time to time so that we don't have to deal with it. Because we'll be waking up early to try to do 25s a day.
Yeah,
If we
morning in
sleep
the
with
desert. Cold.
Whew.
Cold,
Whew.
man.
Yeah.
When we just recorded the PCT week 9, it is us going into the Sierras on the PCT,
And it was still snowy.
we got up super early to hike Mount Whitney at 3 a.m. and all we had was green bellies for breakfast. And
I thought it was a range meal, actually.
we were so pissed because they were frozen solid and we couldn't eat one.
It was like trying to chomp down, and it was just like you couldn't eat it. It was literally frozen.
Yeah.
So wait, do your bars freeze then if it's below freezing? Do we need to
At
put
some
them in our
point-
jacket pockets?
So because of the fat content, they tend to do a lot better than most bars. Like when I think of like even Cliffs will freeze solid, I feel like above freezing.
Yeah.
So they definitely do better than most bars. With that being said, if I'm doing something where it's 20 degrees out, I'll typically, if I know I'm going to eat it first thing in the morning, I'll typically put it in a pocket to warm it up.
Okay.
So yeah, I think most of those bars, if you're overnighting and it's close to freezing, you're probably gonna have a brick on your hands.
Okay, we should probably then put them in our pockets.
We should.
There's going to be nothing out there in the winter, so I don't feel concerned about bears
Yeah.
in December, January.
Right.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. I don't know.
You know, I don't think you listed earlier any like boots on the ground retailers that you sell through.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
But if you want to, we can tell you several outfitters along the PCT that you could distribute through.
Or CDT here.
Or CDT.
Yeah.
I'm thinking specifically, have you ever heard of Yogi? She's a pretty famous hiker for the PCT.
Yes.
The Kenny Meadow South.
We have Triple Crown.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's her.
She
And Kennedy
sells
Meadow
Green
South.
Belly.
She sells Green Belly.
But
So
man, I bet she'd sell.
I'm in Triple Crown. Yeah. As of
Oh,
like
you are
Really?
now.
yeah, as of
Okay.
this was the second season. Was this last year?
Yay.
Okay, we were there in 22, so we just missed it.
We
Yeah.
just missed it because we
Yeah.
were early. Yeah.
What about Two Foot Adventures in Julian?
I just heard about them at PCT Days 2 months ago.
Check them out.
So yeah, I gotta
check
start
'em
working
out.
with those folks. And yeah, that'll be my call to action for your audience too. Is if
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. We could even ask people like, hey, send us a list of outfitters that you go to, or
absolutely give me something to work through this winter.
Dude, surely you have the Mazama General Store on your list, right?
Oh yeah.
I was just there last weekend.
Good for you.
Yes, good. And we
Yes.
can give you CDT CT people, outfitters that we know that can sell your product to, or potentially sell it. So
Right.
we could
Yeah.
even send you a list of people we know, or because that whole line up Colorado. That's the other thing is Colorado. Everybody's so healthy here. There are so many people I feel like that would love your product because people care about that here, especially with 14ers.
Mhm.
That's a big thing. So
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I feel like we're doing a garage beer session right now. You know?
We got the beer, we got the shop talk. What more do you
Yeah,
the
have?
it's
shop talk.
great.
We just
Yeah.
need the garage.
I know ours. It's the bedroom here for us.
Better acoustics.
Better acoustics for
true.
sure.
Well, to wrap this up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners? We have a lot of people on this podcast who either are through hikers or they are hiker hopefuls, we like to say. So they're planning a through hike, or they really want to. They just yet haven't gotten outside and done a weekend hike or whatnot. So we have like a range of humans that listen. So what advice or what would you like to share to these people?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
may be more in your league, actually. A lot of peak baggers and 2 to 3 day backpackers.
Exactly. Yeah, these are my people.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I
What
think
do you want to say to your people?
first of all, I think just do enough research to be safe, but get out there and go have that first experience. I think you'll find that a lot of this stuff is simpler than it seems. And yeah, really just the perspective it gives you on day-to-day life, I think is invaluable. Like the stuff that used to stress you out isn't nearly as stressful anymore.
It's true.
And yeah, I think a lot of them might be interested in trying range, because I think one of the things that's intimidating about backpacking or peak bagging is all the food that you're used to eating just doesn't really make as much sense anymore. And if you're just getting your feet wet, it's like, well, do I buy a stove? Do I need to, make all these investments? So yeah, if that's you and food is one of the things that's intimidating about jumping into this, all these different hobbies, then range might be a good solution to get you out the door that first time and see if it's for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Other than that, I think come back to that call to action. If range sounds of interest and you got that favorite local outdoor store that might be a good fit for range, would love to hear it. So send it my way and I'll give them a call and see if we can't get range to a store near you.
Yeah, where would you like them to send that? To your Instagram or an email? Or
Let's do email. So it's Zach, ZACH, at rangemealbar.com. Shoot me an email and ask the store, hey, do you have range? And when they say no, say you should reach out to them. I'm sure they'd love to work with you.
Yeah.
Yes. And also though, do you have an Instagram where people can follow you for social media?
I do. So all my social media is just Range Meal Bar. So you got Instagram, YouTube is something I'm going to be building out quite a bit more. There's also did a climbing documentary last year called 100 Summits. So it's feature-length climbing documentary about the 100 tallest peaks in Washington. So if folks are looking for a rainy day activity now that we're getting into the winter here, go check out 100 Summits. Super inspirational story of a local climber who's 20 years old and just set the record for being the youngest guy to climb all 100 peaks in Washington in a single season.
Wow.
Hold on. You were a part of a documentary, Zach?
Small part. I didn't do the work. I
exciting.
just wrangled cats.
Okay.
Hey, that's still a part of it.
Here's a random question. Do you know a guy named John? His Instagram is one hike a week. I don't know, but we just met him on Mount Rainier, and he literally does a hike or a climb a week, and he posts about it.
And he lives in Washington, and he does the craziest climbs. And he just climbed Mount Rainier like it was nothing, Eamon's Glacier, all by himself. Like it was no big deal.
And it's climb a week is the Instagram?
One climb a week.
And he
or one hike a week.
One hike a week is his tag. And I kid you not, we were about to climb it. We were putting on our crampons, getting ready to do that glacier part. And he just is walking down like do. And then he's like, oh yeah, you guys are going to do great. All by himself. And we find out like he just does this every week by himself. He just goes and climbs glaciers and hikes, crazy hikes all by himself.
It's out for a stroll.
And out for a stroll, and it's super fun.
And to show you how green we were, he showed us how to properly tie our crampons.
Because we had the wrong shoes on.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say this too in favor of Range Meal Bar, or really any other type of breakfast that you don't have to cook. We found that meal bars like this are a great way to, of course, start your day, but also to save some time, especially if you're in a bit of a time crunch on a backpacking trip or a through hike. We would spend 30 to 60 minutes a morning cooking breakfast and eating it, as opposed to heating up a cup of coffee and eating a bar on the way out of camp.
Yeah.
It saves you so much time.
It's so valuable.
So just keep that in mind. I know hot breakfasts are a great thing, but sometimes the luxury doesn't really benefit the time constraints you have.
The ROI. Yeah.
The ROI. So cold breakfast actually really works. Look forward to a hot dinner. Range Meal Bars might be a way for you to go.
And also, you did mention it was 123 calories per ounce, but I just want to say most of these are like 700 calories per bar.
Per bar, yeah.
To put that into perspective, like a Cliff Bar is what, like 200 or 300 calories per bar?
And it's like rice products and sugar.
Yeah. And so this is really a bang for your buck. And especially if you're through hiking, backpacking, this is a massive bang for your buck, because that is, like, just to put into perspective, a backcountry's pantry, dehydrated meal are like 500 calories. They're not even 700. And so here you have a bar that's more lightweight in your pocket that you can use and hike with and run with or whatever you're doing. And it's 700 calories. That is insane to me, you guys. That's just so cool. And so I just want to reiterate that in this world of getting energy sources and caloric values,
Mhm.
it's such a bang for your buck.
Definitely. And we will obviously say that we're a little bit biased on this because we only interview brands that we
That
support
we love.
and that we use their products for.
Yeah.
So in addition to Range Mill Bar, we also really love Farm to Summit, which is a local Colorado company down in Durango, Colorado. They do vegan, vegetarian meals. Coincidentally enough, their code for 20% off is also Feed the Yeti. Go figure. And
It's a good one.
we also support Heather's Choice. That's an Alaska-based company.
Go
And
Alaska.
I know they were on Shark Tank, so huge deal. We're scheduled to interview them at the beginning of 2025, so super excited about that. But again, all brands we believe in. They really support good, wholesome, nutritional meals, not full of crap and preservatives.
And
So,
also the environment, you guys. They do,
Yeah.
the people we support really do take this into consideration, and so we really appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
So Zach, thank you so much for being on our podcast. It means the world to us. So thank you.
yeah.
Thanks for having me. This is a blast and a great excuse to
I
have a
know.
beer earlier in the afternoon than I usually would.
Heard that.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, let Zach know where he can distribute Range Mill bars to and through. Make this happen.
Well, thanks everyone for listening to
Yeti.
Walks into Basecamp. I'm Basecamp.
And I'm Yeti Legs.
And if you would like to drop us a message, like or subscribe, all that good stuff, please do that. You can find us. Please email us. I actually love emails. I'm a little old school at yetiwalksintobasecamp@gmail.com. And you can find us on our socials, as everyone does. But really, we're trying to push everyone to Yeti Walks into Basecamp. Please, please, please follow that and like it. We'd love to start putting polls there, all that good stuff. But we are still doing the Ginger _ the Joy, which is our, personal mutual account.
Our main account. They got like 4,000 followers from our
Overnight because of our dog.
Husky. Yeah, go
Great.
figure.
But you can follow both. We're doing polls now. We'd really love for you guys to engage in that so that we can get more information on what you want to hear about. What are you interested in? And you also can join our Patreon, which we would love to bring you into our family. We can show you some photos, some videos. We get some discount codes. It's a lot of fun. Or you can subscribe to our Spotify or Apple Podcast.
To get those subscriber episodes. I was just going to say, to get the subscriber episodes, you can join on Spotify, Apple, or Patreon. All three get you those episodes, but Patreon gets you a little bit more. It gets you those photos that Basecamp was just talking
And
about.
videos, whatever. Like we can find more things to put on there, you guys. You just got to let us know.
I know. Share the love.
Now
right?
I'm going to have so much time on my hands, so I might get real creative.
I know. Look what happened with Basecamp. Wow.
Basecamp.
Oh my God. You're all laughing at me. Fuck off. Look what happens when Basecamp gets fired from her job.
Yeah, Patreon's going to blow up. I mean, in a good way, you guys.
Thanks to The Fire Once Lost for our intro and our outro track that is named Appalachian Trail. We really love the vibe of his music. You can find links to his Spotify and his Instagram in our show notes.
And thank you, AJ, for editing this podcast.
You are amazing. We love our editors. Thank you so much for all the time that you save us and
You're our hero.
the time that allows us to record more episodes for our listeners. So
Yes.
thank you.
And I think that leaves us to
Zach, whenever you're finally able to embark on your hike of the PCT and you're hiking up through the state of California, like, holy fuck, the state of California is so long. It's over 1,000 miles.
here it comes.
Whenever we finally see you out there and we're supporting you along your journey, you know what we'll say to you, right?
I think I know.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Happy
Happy
trails.
trails.